Hello Divi Nation and welcome. In today's video, we are creating unique Divi button designs using a text module. These are the final designs we're aiming to achieve. So without wasting a lot of time, let's dive in and let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to start off by creating a brand new page. So I'm going to come over here to pages and click on add new. We're going to give this page a title and then I'm going to click on use Divi builder. Next, we're going to go to the visual builder. So I'm going to come over here and then I'm going to click on build from scratch. So here we need a single column. So I'm going to select it. And in that column, we're going to need a text module. I'm going to select it. Right. So the next thing we're going to do now is to add our text that's going to go in to represent our button. So I'm just going to get rid of what we have right now. So my text is going to be contact us and we can help. Right, so what we need to do next now is to assign headings to this. So for contact us, I'm going to set this to heading 3 and we can help. We're going to set this to heading 4. Right, so the next stage now is to add our background color. So come over here to background. Now the color of our background is not going to be a solid color. We want this to be a gradient. So we're going to come over here to the second tab, click the plus button. And I'm going to add my first color. Now, before I continue, if you want to use the same colors as I'm using throughout this tutorial, I will leave a link to the post in the description below. Okay, so I'm going to add my first color here. And then now it's time to add the second color. I'm going to replace this. Great. So now we have our gradient color. Now over here on the gradient direction, I'm going to set this to 90 degrees. And then we're going to go and style our headings. So I'm going to come over here to design, heading text. So for our heading 3, I'm going to make sure that my font weight is set to ultra bold. So I'm going to come over here, set this to ultra bold, all caps, and we're going to change the color to white. And then for our heading 4, now notice that when every time I want to change my headings, I can always come here to the word and then click on this brush tool. This will take me directly to the settings that I need to make changes to. So again, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make this all caps text. We're going to set this to white and we're going to set the size to 16. Right. So as you can see, this area here is way too long. So we need to adjust this by coming over here to sizing and setting our width to 230 pixels. Now we need to go into our custom padding. So I'm going to come over here to spacing. For our custom padding, I'm going to set 1 EM to the top, 0.5 to the bottom. And then on the left and right, I'm going to set this to 2 EM. And then to apply the same value, I'm just going to activate this chain. So now we have breathing space around the text that we have here. A few weeks ago, we released a new feature on Divi hover options where you can make any module clickable. So to do this, what we need to do is to come over here to content, because here we'll need to make sure that this text is clickable. But now with this new feature, all we have to do now is to come over here to content, click on link, and then we can make this link clickable. Okay, so this is where you'd add your URL. So in this case, I'm just going to add a dummy URL and then over here, you can target. So you can open this in a new tab or same window. So I'm just going to set this to new tab. So now the next stage is to add a hover effect, because that would really look nice if this is a button to know that this is clickable. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come back over here to my design and then click on box shadow. And then I'm going to select this one right here. So I'm going to apply my effect on my box shadow horizontal position. So I'm going to click this little arrow here and then click on hover and set this to 230. So now if I switch between these two, you can see the hover effect. And then over here on the box shadow hover position, I'm going to set this to 0. The next thing we need to do now is to come back over here on the default. So as you can see, we have a line here on this default. So we need to get rid of that as well, because by default, it comes in as 10 pixels. So I'm going to set that to 0. So now we have a clean button. Now on the shadow color, I'm also going to add a hover effect. So I'm going to come over here and click this little arrow, click on the hover tab, click on the eyedropper tool, and then paste my color in here. Now this color is going to be a solid color. So by default, you have a transparency there. So you have to drag the slider all the way up and then paste your value here like that. So pretty much that's all we need to do. Now I'm going to go ahead and save. And then I'm going to publish this and test our hover effect. Okay, so you can see that looks really cool. Right, so let's move on to the next design. So I'm going to click on Enable Visual Builder. Right, so I'm going to add a new section here. So I'm going to click this plus button. It's going to be a regular section, single column. And again, I'm going to select a text module. So what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to add some CSS code. So I'm just going to delete this and making sure you're in the text tab. I'm going to paste my code in here. If you want to use the same code here, you can go to the post, which I'll link to in the show notes below. Okay, so now that we have this all set, the next stage now is to go into the design tab. So I'm going to click here on the second tab, click on text. Now, because this is an ordered list, I'm going to come over here to style it. So I'm going to click this fourth tab, and then I'm going to go in and set my font. And my font here is going to be XO2. So I'm going to search for it and select it. For the font weight, I'm going to set this to light. For the text color, I'm going to set it to black. And then next, I'm going to come over here to the text size and set this to 20. For the line spacing, this needs to be set at 5 pixels. And then over here on the ordered list style type, I'm going to set this to decimal leading 0. For the style position, this needs to be set to outside. And the indent needs to be 2 EM. Now it's time to go to the heading category. So I'm going to come over here to heading text. And this is set at H3. So just make sure that you've got the right tag here selected. Okay, so again, our font is going to be XO2. So it should be here, and it is. So I'm going to select it. Our font weight needs to be semi-bold. We're going to make this all caps. And the next stage now is to set our color. So I'm going to come over here to this eyedropper tool and paste my color in here. And for the text size, we're going to set this to 26. And for the line height, we're going to set this at 0.3. Right, so I think we're done customizing this. So the next stage now is to set the size of our width. So I'm going to come over here to sizing. And we're going to set this at 262 pixels. And for the module alignment, this time we're going to center it. And now let's add our custom padding. So I'm going to start off with, in fact, I'm going to come here onto spacing. So on the top, we're going to set this to 2 EM. And for the bottom, we're going to set this to 0. And for the left and right, we're going to set this to 2 EM, both to the left and the right. And then I'm going to activate this change so my value can be applied both sides. Okay, great. So now that we have this in place, we're going to go to the rounded corners. So I'm going to click here on border. So for our rounded corners, I'm going to set this to 10 pixels. And then over here for our border style, we're just going to make sure that this is set to 1 pixel. But of course, if you want to make it nice and thick, you can always set it to maybe even 2 pixels. But for now, I'm just going to set it to 1 pixel. Now over here, if you notice that your text is overlapping, what you need to do is to go back over here to sizing and then just increase the size of this button. Okay, so now I've set it to 300, so that looks much better now. Okay, so moving on, we're going to come back over here to the content, click on link, and then this is where we get to add our link. And as I did before, we can set this to open in the same window or even a new window. Okay, so now that we've set our button, we're going to go ahead and save. Now it's time to move on to our third design. So I'm going to click this plus button to add a new section. It's going to be a single column. And we're going to add our text module in here. Select it. So I'm going to replace this text here. So I'm just going to highlight it and delete it and add my text. So my first text here is going to be called grow. And then on the second line, I'm going to say with us. Right, so let's set our headings. So the first one here is going to be a heading 3. So I'm going to set it to H3 by just clicking this drop down. And then for the second line, I'm going to set this to heading 4. Now we're going to add a gradient to the background. So I'm going to come over here to our background option, click the second tab, and then click the plus button. So we're going to add our first color. And as I mentioned in the beginning of the tutorial, if you want to use the same values as I'm using throughout this tutorial, I'll leave a link to the post in the show notes below. Okay, so we have our first color now. Now it's time to add the second color. So I'm going to click here and paste my second color. On the direction here, we're going to set it to 90 degrees because by default, it's set at 180. Okay, so now that we have our gradient, let's move over now to the design tab and make some changes to our text. So first of all, I'm going to come over here to text and make sure that my text orientation is set to center. So I'm going to come all the way down here like that. Now let's style our fonts. So I'm going to start off here with our heading 3. So I'm going to click here on this little brush tool. So here we're going to set our font to Oswald. So I'm going to click here on this drop down and search for Oswald. I'm going to select it. And then over here for the font weight, we're going to set this to light, set the color to white. We're going to make this all caps. And for our heading size here, we're going to set this to 27. Okay, so let's move on to heading 4. Again, I'm going to click here on this little brush tool. So that's going to take us directly into our heading 4 settings. So here as well, I'm going to set my font to Oswald, and then it should be here because I've recently used it. So I'm going to select it. For the font type, I'm going to set this to all caps, and we're going to set the color to white. Now let's go over to our width and set our width for our button. So I'm going to come over here to sizing, set this to 178 pixels. So make sure pixels is selected, otherwise it won't show correctly. Okay, so now that we have this, the next stage now is to make sure that this alignment is set to centered. And then we're going to go to our custom padding. So I'm going to come over here to spacing. And for our custom padding, I'm going to set 2 EM to the top and the bottom. And then activate this chain. And then over here for the left and right, I'm going to set this to 1 EM. And then again, I'm going to activate this chain so my value can be applied to both sides. All right, so now that we have this all set, we need to go now to the rounded corners. So I'm going to click here on border. So for the top left, I'm going to set this to 100 pixels. So notice that when I added my 100 pixels, this was applied to all the corners. So you need to make sure that this chain here is broken. And then this allows you to set these to whatever value you need. Okay, so I'm going to set this to 0 and the bottom left to 0. So now this looks like a leaf, and that's looking great. So the next stage now is to add a box shadow. So I'm going to come over here to box shadow. And I'm going to go with this design here. Now let's set our positioning. So for the horizontal position, I'm going to set this at 25 pixels. For the box shadow vertical, I'm going to set this to -4 and the spread strength to -12. Next, we're going to add our shadow color. So I'm going to click here on this eyedropper tool and then paste my value between the brackets because the value here is transparent. Okay, so now that I have all this set, the final stage now is to make sure that our button here links to our destination. So I'm going to come back over here to content, click on link. And then this is where you get to add your link, and then you can choose where you want this to go. So it can be the same window or in a new tab. Great. So now that we have all this set, I'm going to go ahead now and save. So there you have it. Thank you all for watching. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and do follow us on our social media platforms. By doing so, you'll be notified every time we release new tutorials. Until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.